said, are we good? We're good. And we carried on, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's a good learning. A smart man can learn to apologize.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
That sure makes your life better.
Being a supervisor, you know, too, apologizing.
Did you ever have a situation when you worked with men where they would come in and complain about their wife? Okay. I mean, I'll give you my situation, okay? I had a guy one time that drove a truck for me, and he come in, and his wife had left him that day, that night, or whatever, the night before anyway. But he come in, and he told me things about her that I didn't really want to hear. Okay?
Yeah,
how
right.
rotten she was, and dirty pill head, and he just laid it all out, and I never said a word. I just said,
Yeah.
That's all I said, He just said, buddy, I tell you what, that stinking thing, he was just laying it to her, man. And I never said a word, okay? This was on a Friday. Okay, so Monday he comes back to work. She's come back, and everything's patched up. Now, see, I mean, I was smart enough, and he knew what he said, and I knew what he said, and we just sort of looked at each other and said, that's all.
Yeah. I mean,
because he would have been mad at me, and he would have told her John agreed with me.
And there's two sides to every story.
Yeah,
you know?
Sometimes 4 or 5.
Right, and you being a business owner or supervisor like that, you don't really realize it, but you're a therapist.
Yeah, absolutely.
A therapist also.
Unpaid.
You know, right, exactly.
Therapist.
Yeah, so I mean, I made a lot of good friends, and some people think that you can't be friends with your employees, but I kind of differ with that opinion, you know, because you gain respect, and of course, respect is earned.
Right.
So, you know, I just treated them like I wanted to be treated.
Yeah.
They respect me, and
if it comes time to let them go, you got to let them go.
Right. Okay. And you know, if that relationship, of course, you got those out there that are just you can't deal with.
Right.
And you know, you're always going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what they done, you're going to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
So, but some people, they realize, you know, and especially if you've brought it to their attention, they know. Of course, even before that, they know.
Yeah.
They just got caught, or it went a little bit too far this time.
It's sort of like my dad told me about a man that had a pet store one time, and had a parrot that talked.
Oh man!
And he said this parrot talked all the time, and said a good big heavy-set woman walked in, and the parrots expressed that she was a little overweight. And so when he did, the woman got mad and walked out. So the man that owned the store told him, said, listen, I'm going to pluck your feathers and cook you in a stew tonight if you ever do that again. So the parrot was pretty smart, and the parrot said, okay. And so the next time, as a big woman walked in, pretty good sized woman. She's a big woman, walked in. And the parrot looked at her and said, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, sometimes people, they know.
They do.
They know, and you know. And listen, I've been in both situations. There are times, and I've tried to, at this point in my life, to be a little more careful and watch, you know, what you say and hold it, because you can never take back what you say.
Right. Once it's spoken, it's out there.
You can't say, man, I wish I hadn't said that. Don't make any difference.
Right. I mean, you can apologize for it, but
it's hard. You can't really get
if it
back.
hurts somebody's feelings, well, you've lost a little bit. You know, with that relationship there.
I believe that too.
But you know, we're only human, and we lose it, and sometimes we'll speak before we think.
Oh, gee.
And even the wisest person, you know, I'm sure he gets to.
The older you get, though, you slow down a little bit. But by the time you do, you're old, done with old age.